Allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Aha, now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want make the common man get wetin suppose get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one, my ego. You go show na paper. My ego diary political. So my people. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary ayé bí number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun mọ̀ o làwa mọ̀ tójódodo.
Mayegun diary, na you be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun live. Meanwhile, it is brunch time, by the way. So thank you very much once again for joining. After reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well, as usual, just to kind of like get yourself, ready and in tune to what we are going to be sharing this, or what I'll be sharing this afternoon. It is an open mic, meaning you can phone in anytime as well. Use that too. So let's start with their politics. Few days ago, PDP announced that they have zoned their 2027 presidential ticket to the southern part of Nigeria. And what many call a kind of like a late, decision. And this itself has been generating reactions. The smart ones can see the mischief behind it, and some said, well, it is better late than never. How they are going to now pull it off is what many are waiting to see. However, Wike is yet to actually make a statement. For those who understands the crisis in their party and why, and those behind it, you can possibly remember that Wike is a key factor in that their wahala. So some are now saying that since they seem to be trying to put their house in order, the best way is not only to try to elect their new leadership and others, right, in preparation for their 2027, or about the saboteurs who have been sabotaging their party since 2022. Abba Moro happened to be one of their key stakeholders. So it was with Sheung yesterday, where the same question popped up. If you are telling Nigerians that the PDP is putting his house in order and will be pretty much ready to play the opposition role in your 2027 charade, so how about the obvious crack anti-party, those who appear to be kind of like bigger than your party? And we have those who are already saying that those who are doing anti-party in their party should be punished, disciplined, and others. Again, all of these are coming from the aftermath of the announcement of zoning their presidential ticket to the south. Everyone knows that Wike is currently enjoying the partnership he sort of like struck with Tifnumbu because of this same PDP crisis. So PDP can resolve their issue, and without it affecting Wike. So Abba Moro feels like, yeah, people were upset and they worked against their party in 2023. Discipline them right now is completely unnecessary. In his own words, let's start with that.
I'm not happy with the FCT minister in the PDP, and they are saying that his lives are going to be punished. How do you do that?
Well, let me say this without sounding like a broken record. All the hues and cries about discipline, discipline, they're unnecessary at this point in time. We are coming out of a disastrous election. 2023 certainly was the worst year for PDP as a political party when election results are concerned. And the choices before us is whether we should wield the big stick or go on the path of reconciliation. And it was decided that these two things can go pari passu with themselves. Try to reconcile as much as possible. Try also to discipline if you can. And in the run-out of 2023, a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened. People were genuinely aggrieved. Whether they carry the grievances too far is another thing altogether. And on this program, I had cause to reference the 2024 election in America. And very many prominent Republican Party members openly canvassed for votes for the Democratic Party candidate, Kamala Harris. And I asked this question: where was the cry, the hues and cries and the agitations for punishment for those persons in the Republican Party that work for the Democratic Party? You wouldn't hear anything like that. In Nigeria, it's anti-party, discipline, and the rest of them. And our people have the same. You make a fire, a bonfire, you say one stick of the fire, bonfire, is making smokes, you remove it. You remove the other one. You remove the other one. The smoke won't stop. You keep removing until you remove all the wood.
So punishing Wike is not a priority.
I mean, why is it always about Wike and the rest of them? Because we all know that obviously what Wike did, some other persons in the party did. We had a G5, for instance. The person who is going to run for president now in the party, Sheyi Makinde, was a member of the G5. Governor Autumn, who today is a board of trustee member from Benue State, was a member of the G5. Governor Ugwanyi, who was in the NEC meeting yesterday, was a member of the G5. Why is anybody not talking about all these other personalities and all of us that apparently somehow, one way or the other, didn't fall into the line of the party? Why is anybody not mentioning any other person? So I want to feel that the Wike Saga is an unnecessary distraction that we can avoid if we have to forge a common fund towards the 2027 election.
I have less than 60 seconds to close this program, Senator. But there is a problem. Funding might be a very great problem for your party. The usual suspect funding sources for your party, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, all of these parties have now been lost to the APC. How would you source for funding?
All of these parties, Sheyi, that you are talking about now, we're in PDP and we lost election.
So it doesn't matter.
Politics and elections are not necessarily all about money. There are other factors, other germane factors that are responsible for elections than the issue of money.
All right. Senator Abba Moro, Senate Minority Leader, as always a pleasure.
Abba Moro is a wicked guy, and they are Atif Numbu's guys too. You know, so they're going to put everybody in that confused state, right? To make you think probably they know what they are doing. No. Okay, maybe they do know what they are doing, but they are PDP, people deceiving people. Where Wike openly worked against his party. They said it's because they cheated him. And you know something here, it's called preferential treatment, right? If you see poor man Peking, way fat, they go call him horrible and that, yeah? But the big man Peking, they will say maybe he has a food disorder and they will call him a biggie, put a fancy stuff on it. When a poor man displays anger or displeasure, they go say he get anger problem. But when a rich man, they break things and all of that, they go say na tantrum. He's just throwing some tantrum. Where Wike openly worked against his own party, he's not ashamed of it. He has no regret. He said he would do it again. And right now, it is called conflict of interest. Where Wike used his position as the Minister of FCT and orchestrated the plot to demolish his own political party's headquarters in this whole Wahala. Where Wike and his men instituted hundreds of court cases against his party to ensure that it is legally crippled to challenge Tifnumbu. They all know that. But what everyone is doing right now is to negotiate their own personal deal and pretend that they are still in PDP. People deceiving people. Then they mentioned good luck Jonathan. You know, they are planning to get Jonathan to join, which is in itself also Tifnumbu's propaganda. Tifnumbu's propaganda and handiwork. Peter Obi come back to PDP is also Tifnumbu's handiwork. Because everyone now that is trying to get Obi back on one hand, or have Obi to join them and is obedient. On one hand, they are happy to have all of that. On the second hand, it is believed that Obi's only condition of joining anybody is once you are going to give him the presidential ticket. If you are not going to give him presidential ticket, it's not likely that it's going to have to. The obedient are saying that it is Obi or nothing. So he can't turn back and go to them and say, guys, I'm sorry, you just have to go with this person and all of that. Sure you get. So it is then believed that the both trap is that if Obi goes back to their PDP, an already compromised party, right? So if he is not skimmed out during their, their primaries, as they say, delegate primaries, then it will just be to further humiliate him inside that PDP, sort of. Because if PDP feel that Peter Obi, this PDP, you know what will happen. Anyway, Sha. So his own answer to that is that, yeah, people have been trying to talk to them, but their party has not made any official contact, so to say, a formal contact.
Of course, to lose a very monumental election in that disastrous manner, as it were, certainly is something for regrets.
But tell me, Senator, quickly, before I forget, Peter Obi, have you been able to speak with him as a party? Is he coming back?
No, as a party, we have not spoken to Peter Obi, but you recall also that in the run-up to 2023, the expectation was that the ticket of the PDP was going to go to the South. And somehow, for reasons of fairness, people thought that the Southeast, having not produced a candidate for a major political party like that, would definitely have fielded a Southeast candidate. And obviously, it was Peter Obi that ordinarily would have picked the ticket. So, in anger, in frustration, Peter Obi left the PDP. And so, in the run-up to 2027, I'm aware that certain individuals have been talking to Peter Obi, hey, come back home. This is what we are likely going to do. And if you come, you stand a chance of being a candidate.
What are the possibilities of Peter Obi returning to the PDP?
Also, in politics, nothing is certain. I've always said that in politics, 2 + 2 is not 4. And so, and these are matters of interest. And when it comes to existential interest from a community of persons within a geopolitical zone, it is possible.
But those who are talking to Peter Obi, how far with that conversation?
Well, the conversation is predicated on the belief by such individuals that if Peter Obi comes back and he is the most favored candidate, the most supported candidate, and becomes a candidate, the PDP will make an impact in the 2027 election.
So with Peter Obi, if he's on the ballot in the name of the PDP, there is almost an assurance for the PDP. Is that the feeling on the inside?
Of course, that's the feeling.
Are you part of the party talking to Peter Obi?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But I can tell you for free that, of course.
So in Nigeria politics, they used to tell their supporters that there is no permanent enemies, no permanent friends in politics, only permanent interest. And guess what? This was the tricky, fraudulent race that the criminal politicians in Nigeria have been using to get the mumus and the mugus that listen to them and believe what they say to believe what they are saying. You know, in politics, there's no permanent friends or permanent enemy. You can be friends with this one today, and you can be enemies with that one tomorrow, and blah, 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 blah. Men without principle or morality whatsoever. Because to them, there is no ideology. They are all the same. What drives them is their greed, their selfishness, and anything can change. You see, when you have an organization where rules, like a rule-based organization or political party, where ideologically this is what even attracted you to them, and that ideology is what everybody is building to nurture, to kind of like, you know, make flourish. But that is not what you have in that contraption. Maybe there is one thing, and that's what they all have in common. It is just to get closer to the cooking jar, the cookie jar, right? And see how they can privatize it for themselves and their families. That is the only thing that drives them. That's why somebody who is PDP now can be APC, can be AD. In fact, it can even be PDP and be working with APC, AD and the rest of them, because they have something that unites all of them. Their greed. You know? Some said that Peter Obi has the money. Some that he doesn't have the money. Like all these guys who are sharing money to buy the delegates, right? But because the system says that you have to give money to the delegates, and they are not really forgiven whenever they skip that delegate part. That's the reason why those guys in Labour Party are still so angry. Especially they felt like they were played, because after they collected the whatever amount of money they gave to them, right, and whatever they were promised, they realized that a person that they do deal with is not going to be like their regular politician who can say, write how much you want on paper, I will pay you, sort of. So it is the moments every party official actually looks forward to. The moment that they are ready to allow drug dealers, you know, human traffickers, treasury looters, name it, to become representatives of political parties in an election, because all it takes is money. You pay them and you try to outpay your opponent, right? So people say that it's not because they have the money, but it's because he just won't give it. He would rather go and share the money to these schools and you construct boreholes for areas without water and all that, rather than put the money together and give it to these roaches, these vermins. But to PDP, there is more to their zoning, depends on how you are looking at it. Here is supposed their spokesperson, I think, on the matter.
Those premises so interesting. You talk about ASUU, you talk about a person. But let me make a background to you. That the People's Democratic Party is about the People's Democratic Party, and no one individual is above that party, and no one individual owns that party. But I haven't put that premise right. But let me get back to the first comment about what Senator, the former governor of Benue said, Susan, that the party, the PDP was in ICU. The party was never in ICU. Do we have challenges? Yes, we do. Just like every human organization or every human being, we do. But what came out from all the recent recalibration of the party is the fact that this party has capacity at the appropriate time to come back up and sort its own internal affairs. And that tells you the capacity of any organization that is worth its name, that in challenging period, you can't step back and reorganize yourself, and that's what the PDP is doing. And that's why Nigerians are so excited about what's happening within the PDP. We have the organs, we have the bodies, we have members that are determined to ensure that democracy does not fail in this country and that we don't slip into a one-party state. And that's what you saw in the recent past and what is going to be up to the convention about the capacity of the PDP to, at appropriate time, step up the plate and do that which is right. Secondly, when you talk about vindication of an individual, what the party has done, like you said, that hindsight is 2020. As a party after 2023 elections and the challenges that came up with it, what we have done is to review our processes, speak to ourselves, find out where we were, what caused it, and like a post-mortem. And what we're trying to do is to prevent those things that have happened in the past. And we're filling the gaps and filling reviewing the process of our party over the last 3 years. And we're saying to ourselves, let's do that which is right. Particularly against the background of the world that hindsight is 2020. So no one individual. The institution that has been justified is the PDP. Its capacity to look inward and say to itself, yes, there's certain things we probably would have done differently. And now we're doing that differently so that the unity you're finding and you're seeing revealing in the party and all its membership and all organs is here. We are excited with the kind of reception and the interest Nigerians have in our party because indeed Nigeria knows and they've realized that the only party that can truly get the country out of the wood is the PDP. One, because of its capacity in trying times to come up. Secondly, because of the followership across the country. Because in every unit in this country, there's a PDP member, at least 10 in every unit. You can't say that about too many other parties. We are united, we are together, we're moving forward for the National Convention at Ibadan.
Now don't fall. Ma okuta tó wà ńbẹ̀ ma yọ kúrò ńbẹ̀ ma sabi bàtà bá ń sa ẹ̀wà.
Don't worry, àlàyé. As if to say, and there is something about all of them too. Like they can boldly look into the camera. I don't know how some of you feels, by the way, right? Like it feels so nauseating, like, the audacity for them to, to look straight into your eyes and just tell you that, no, it's not like that. You are not seeing it clearly. It's not about one man. Our party is not about one man. We are united. We are loved. You see the excitement on the faces of Nigerians about PDP. Where is the excitement? See me so excited. And others excited, Abby? With a Wike wield the stick, the big stick. And whenever, or should I say, when a Wike holds the big stick, and whenever he wields it, all this talk, all this plan, all this meeting, everything will just go straight into disarray. And they can be at it for. So why is it not bigger than your party? He single-handedly frustrated a supposed PDP governor. They couldn't do anything. Initially, they pretended that they were going to support Fubara. It was not long that Fubara realizes that they are dealing with a political dictator, a political tyrant, being a democratic dictator, because the entire legal system or the judiciary has been weaponized against him. Did you know that PDP submitted a case, like they filed a case against the removal of a Fubara. They couldn't do anything. Why? The the Supreme Court is holding is ruling on it. And in another few days or few weeks now, Fubara suspension will be over and Fubara will become APC. But yet they are united. We are all together. They are not different. PDP is actually not really different from all the other ordinary political parties that Tifnubu is believed to have his tentacles kind of like clinged down like that. But they want to look at you and say, no, don't worry. It's a very, we have so many prospects. People who can become presidential candidates and all of that. It's not about one man. We are united. We are moving forward. Are you right? Yeah. But let's take a stop, or let's make a stop at one protest that took place. I don't even know if I can call this one protest, or maybe this is what we should call protest, but vandalism is not really, But some said that if your protest is not really kind of like violent, it won't be effective. I don't know how effective this will be. So it's been reported that for some time now, the landowners, homeowners, right, in Port Harcourt, their airport road, they have been battling with illegal land grabbers. You get them now, like, yeah. So they've been battling with them. People have been selling people's lands, illegal land grabbers, selling people's lands. And this, they believe, as the support of the government in River State, because they said they've made so many kind of like reports, they filed so many petitions, but nothing changes. Rather, the land grabbers became more emboldened and more to the point that they are actually bringing bulldozers to demolish people's homes. And the government is keeping quiet. So that triggered people yesterday, and it wasn't a good sight at all. So brace up. This was Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Electricity police is in all group commissioner police. Lot of water. And I told her, yeah. He's a land grabber. All right. I told her, yeah. So I'm going to protest. The electricity police is not lot of water. I told her, I'm going to protest. I'm like, yeah. I'm the cow.
So they set the construction companies' equipment, I believe. They set them on fire, including, the graders, the names of those caterpillars in protest, right? So similarly, in Anambra, there was a short protest against the Dogashi, the Soludom's vigilante group in Anambra State. The ones that assaulted that corp member, now not just them, the entire group, have now been asked to be disbanded in Anambra State. Yeah, this was 2 days ago, by the way.
Because the so-called Udogachi had no training, they are also faceless. They are not interested in any training. They are just interested in brute force. They had the effrontery to assault a young Nigerian corps member who was simply doing her legitimate duty as a corps member. That is not all. It might interest you. You are in Anambra, and I'm sure you know. Anambra people woke up to that news with shock, rude shock. And we're expecting the leadership of Anambra state government to address in the Anambra. And what we got was a huge shame. Does it matter when that event took place? What mattered was that a young, law-abiding Nigerian corps member was stripped naked for no offense, and they were even threatening to rape her. Officer, it might interest you to know that I have also 4 young ladies. I have not recovered from that shock. I'm also aware that the parents of this young lady will be watching to see what law-abiding Indian Anambra will say. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Every Nigerian should be free to move freely and go about their business in any part of Nigeria. And nothing has happened. We are told that the culprits were arrested. We don't have any verifiable evidence of the arrest, and we are interested in this matter because we don't want a repeat of
what happened. The Nigerian university lecturers, called the ASUU, have started their own warning protests ahead of their warning strike, ahead of the showdown with the Kolu in what they call the honeymoon is over. They haven't been paid. They have been living off what is called the promissory note. And Tinubu and his gang have been all over the place to tell everyone that when was last time you heard that ASUU strike? Well, hopefully whatever they gave to them or promised them that worked for Tinubu for the past 2.5 years would work again, or else they are already testing the water. Take a look at this.
There is victory for us. In the struggle for our members, there is victory for us. Forward, ever, one solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong.
We are saying that right now, the federal government is owing us, and we are saying let our 3.5 months salaries with her salaries be paid. Right now, the government is owing the academic staff over 1 year, about 1 year of the 25% and the 35% wage award unpaid. Today, the promotion arrears of our members in the last 5 years have not been paid. Today, since that renegotiation was concluded, we expect that by now there would have been implementation. We are asking for the implementation of the report of that committee. It is very difficult. Academic staff are in the same salary they were 2009 when fuel was less than 100 naira. To the time it was 200 naira, and now it is almost 1,000 naira. It's becoming increasingly difficult. And in every our National Executive Council, we don't have report of less than 45 to 60 members dying every 3 months. And if you take 90% of these deaths, they are stress-related deaths. Is it when all the academics in Nigeria die that things will happen in this country?
This age. Nigerian lecturer, an average lecturer in Nigeria is said to be earning between 350,000 naira and 550,000 naira. And to some of them, the 35% increase that Tinubu promised them, it hasn't been implemented, right? For the others, they promised 25% salary increase. Shengban hasn't been added. They are all still on their 2009 salary structure. And yet, they helped them rig election in 2011. They were the electoral returning officers for INEC in 2015. They have always been the ones in charge of Nigeria's election to some large extent. They probably get paid for the gig. So they rig criminals in, right? And then they go back to the streets to sing Soli, 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 Solidarity Forever. Really? Look at their colleagues in Delta. Those ones were pretty much not stationary. They were on the move.
This is protest from ASUU calling on the federal government of Nigeria to sign the renegotiated 2009 agreement. The lecturers are crying that they are suffering. They are calling on the government to do the needful. If they can increase the salaries of judges by 300%, what stops them from increasing the salary of lecturers who teach these judges and politicians? Federal government, please come and pay lecturers what they truly befit. This is protest from ASUU calling on the federal government of Nigeria to sign the renegotiated 2009 agreement. The lecturers are crying that they are suffering. They are calling on the government to do the needful. If they can increase the salaries of judges by 300%, what stops them from increasing the salary of lecturers who teach these judges and politicians? Federal government.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Just a reminder. Since it is a society where everybody is just living on the edge, any small thing will trigger people. Any small thing, people are angry, and they are not allowed to express this frustration without being arrested for incitement. Like, why are you trying to incite people to get angry? It's because things are very... Shut up your mouth. Are you the only person that is facing hardship? In that process, Nigerians have become a walking, the walking anger, sort of, bottled here and there. Any small thing, bah, boo, until it is over, and they say, please, God, I take God beg you. Not devil. Right? Somewhere in Lekki this morning, we saw this.
Now that man we stand, I slap the boy now. When the boy take free for grass, so call 200 you want collect to. You slap her finish, carry keke. Even a Marwa guy now. If you see slap, you give that boy. See the boy keke for there. Now he go park for there. So you didn't even send her. He park the boy keke for there.
That is the society that a failed leadership obviously breeds. Unfortunately, it puts everybody again on the edge, right? The ones that won't let himself be slapped to faint or slapped to pass out on the streets, decided to start his own madness earlier when his own encounter with was with the VIO. This was also this morning in Lagos.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt.
I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Sorry about that. So I was putting something up and my system won't process them as fast as I wanted, you know. Now let's leave that, Abby, and go to something else again. Trying to do it like a chop. Omoyele Sowore, right, is back in their court. Yeah, the last time when their police IG detained him because of the story, a scandalous story that took place in the police headquarters. So let me give you a bit of a throwback. Egbetokun, the legal police IG of Nigeria today, was due to retire as far back as last year, April. Tipnombu decided to extend this time. However, those who joined the force same time with Egbetokun, they were due to be retired And if they were to go, Egbetokun would follow them. So Egbetokun processed their retirement. Sahara reporters brokered the peace, right? Like exposed that. That didn't go down well because that news article became the powerful tool that those forced out, should I say, retired police officers now used against Egbetokun. Some of them got arrested, tortured. And all these stories came out that while Egbetokun continued his illegal existence as your police IG, he was also using the position to further the impunity that Tinubu represents, using power to get more power. So the police IG exposed his weakness despite being a pastor in RCCG, Redeemed Church. He fell to the temptation of the flesh that the office of the police IG, as well as the entire headed house, police headquarters in Abuja, turned to a brothel, as well as a WWE, like a wrestling WrestleMania, between women who were fighting for his attention and those who already got his attention, and they are leveraging on that to get themselves accelerated promotion. All of this got exposed. It didn't go down well with Pastor Egbetokun of RCCGO. He decided to use his office to deal with just one person associated with that Sahara reporters, Omoyele Sowore. You know what Egbetokun did? Egbetokun assembled some criminal police officers, and he told them that, here is my petition against Sowore and Sahara reporters. Madam, give them your own too. Here is my own. They said I am his girlfriend, even though I am his girlfriend, but it's not official. Here is my petition. Sowore caused me emotional trauma. So, Egbetokun's boys inside his office were to go and investigate how did the Sahara reporters got the story. Cut the long story short, they started hunting for Sowore. They broke his arm. They locked him up. They got a Jankara court order to detain him. All of this to cover what's done the public already. Something that every police officer in your police headquarters in Abuja is aware of. They are talking about it in hushed tones, like that. So why are you now making it like it's a libel? Anyway, sure. The police officers inside the Egbetokun's office said that they were suing Sowore. And in their investigation, they are now asking some banks in Nigeria to provide them with the banking details of Sowore and Sahara. Sahara doesn't even have a bank account in that contraption, by the way. So Sowore and Sahara, so that they can freeze his account. They already have his passport. All for what? All for the RCCG pastor, Egbetokun, the godson to Iroboye, to continue to enjoy, I'm not going to say it, right? But Sowore, in returning to their court today, seems to have prepared himself for, any eventuality, which means if he was to be sent to their jail as the judiciary, the corrupt judiciary, the corrupt police are now aspirate the call. You get that? So he packed his bag, and this is a long watch to their courtroom. Please watch this.
Those guys are not mad. They are not mad. If they are mad, they will be sensible. Even the people that are in the van, they need salary.
Go now.
Good morning, my boss.
This amnesty, please raise it up and see. Thank you.
No, they won't go inside.
Don't give them.
So after all of that, it's obvious that they actually have no real case, by the way. And like many other cases brought against him, not just by this current IG, but by different, what do you call it? By different other parties like that who have sued him. It's got like, God knows, maybe like 50 cases against him. And since they can't really sue Sahara reporters except if they go to New York, he's there with them. He's right, he's the one that they have to hold responsible, so to say. Like if the Sun newspaper publishes a story, they will go and arrest the owner of the Sun, right? Or if any of their major media outlets or so publishes a story, then they will probably go and arrest him. Well, they didn't detain him eventually. They gave a speech outside the courthouse after the hearing. And sure, like I said, the intention is not really to probably like charge him for anything like for real. They're pure distraction. I have a caller. Let's take that before we continue. Yeah. Hello. Are you there?
Good morning. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you. That's a Prince Adewale. Is that you?
Yes.
The African Wahala. How you doing, Baba?
Papa, I'm gentle. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for the great show.
Thanks, Papa. We are almost halfway to it anyway. Sure, please.
Okay, yeah, I just thought it was a good opportunity because it's the brunch time. Let me encourage people, please click the like button, subscribe, share the content. Let's do as much as we can to push the content out there.
Thank you.
I wanted to speak about something that Very Dark Man exposed. I mean, we all already know that this happens. When I say all, a lot of us in the Temple of Truth, we know the nature of Nigeria and we understand how Nigeria works. Very Dark Man, big respect to the guy for what he's doing. I have no criticism for him. But it seems like he himself is just understanding how horribly corrupt the Nigerian system is. Because in his explanation of what he experienced on the Benin-Akure road, he said Nigeria stabbed him in the back because while they were headed towards the kidnappers, I'm sure people might have seen that story, so they understand the premise of what I'm talking about.
Right.
While they were approaching the kidnappers with one police officer trying to scare the kidnappers away, first thing, they found a man that was shot, bleeding on the ground, right next to some other police officers. They abandoned that guy to bleed out. Everybody just left him and they were going about their business. Number two.
Before his own convoy even got to that place, yeah? So police officers were there already?
Yes. They were already there.
Including Nigerians.
They passed in front of that place.
I saw these travelers who are like, pretty much like cross the road and all that, probably because of the kidnapping. So you're right. Go on, Baba.
Yes. They were afraid. Number two, when they got to the spot where that man was shot and lying in a pool of blood, on the opposite side of the road, there was another convoy of Nigerian police and a VIP. We don't know who that VIP is. It was when the VDM's convoy broke through that barricade and passed along. That's when the opposite approaching guys had the courage to pass through. What that tells me is the Nigerian police officers, they are more responsible for protecting VIPs than even themselves. They didn't have the courage to pass. So basically, the VIP had his own bodyguard, Nigerian police. They had heard about a kidnapping incident going on some 100 meters, 500 meters ahead. So they waited. While waiting, and they saw BDM's convoy approaching from the other side, they then sensed that it was safer for them to pass. So they quickly passed. When BDM saw the opposite guys coming, they were happy. They felt like, oh, this is rescue. They are coming to save us, only to see them pass by and escape with their VIP. So that is the typical picture of Nigeria. This is a country where you will get shot and police will leave you to die. Just like the video you played earlier, policeman slapped that guy for his keke napep.
No, Natal to Agbero slapped keke driver, and everybody around the area just continue minding their business. Nobody rushed out to check the man that has been lying down there for more than 3 minutes, right? But one person finally made a video to tell all of us and show us that, look at us here.
But while that guy was lying down on the ground, there was a traffic warden in a police uniform.
That's right.
Standing right next to him. And they just abandoned him on the ground. So that's Nigeria. It's not about, sometimes for a lot of people that hate Nigeria, it's not because we are just unpatriotic or we just, we try to put up blame government.
If all of us want to be honest, we say that we are the reflection of the criminals ruining the place, because they didn't come from outside, they come from within us. So they are the truth.
Yes.
Somebody said that if all of us want to be kind of like honest, we can tell that a majority of Nigerians are not really good people. While others will say,
yes,
it's from experience, it's from experience, people don't want to get involved and become their problem. It is still the same thing. The society that lives like that. Damn.
The Nigerian society has trained us to become evil, to lose our humanity. A lot of Nigerian people have lost their, and I'm going to end this with one situation that I was once in myself in Abeokuta. There was a car accident. A car hit a biker. The Okada rider had his son behind him. And I think I've said this story on the Temple of Truth before.
Right.
Right in front of me, the car hit the Okada. The son, a little boy, he flew in the air. I saw it happen live. The guy flew in the air, he landed on the ground. The father also flew in the air, landed on the ground. The father was unconscious. The son was still moving around. Everybody gathered around the accident. The vehicle that hit them ran away. Do you believe that we were students? I was a student, university student. Everybody was running away from picking up that unconscious Okada man. Nobody wanted to pick him up. And back then when we were students, we used to feel like we were invincible. I'm talking, this was like 2005.
Right.
So like 20 years ago. We used to be invincible. We used to be rocket. We used to roll with the Aquaros in that area.
And partly innocent too. The society was there to shape you to what you are still to become anyway.
Thank you. During that struggle, we ended up, me and a few of my friends, about 4 other guys, we blocked one taxi because we realized nobody was going to pick this guy up and he was bleeding on the ground. We stopped the taxi. We forced him to stop. We opened the back door and we put that man in the back seat and we told him, take him to FMC, Abeokuta. Take him to FMC. So I couldn't volunteer to follow them, to be honest. So I didn't follow them to the hospital, but someone else did. But that's the kind of society that Nigeria is. And this was from 20 years ago. Now in 2025, it's obviously worse because police are abandoning gunshot victims and minding their business. They find a gunshot victim. That guy was eventually saved because BDM, very dark man, forced his friends to pick him up and put him in their vehicle and they drove him to the hospital. If BDM did not pass at that particular point, that guy would have died. That is Nigeria for us. So
that we had people on their phones calling for his arrest. That is doing too much. From God knows where they were. Comfort of everyone's home. They're there, he's chasing clouds, he's this, he's that, and that stuff. And I'm like, it's a tough one. Like when they said that if you think you want to fight for Nigerians, you probably would need to fight Nigerians too. That's the only way. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So
finally, you know what BDM said?
Yeah.
BDM said, as I love this country rich. When those soldiers pass, I can think that they can't rescue me. I just see those soldiers pass with their VIP. They stab me in the back. They just stab me for back. So when patriotic guys like BDF, now we're saying talk here. You see, with people like me, I know a patriot. I'm not a patriot of Nigeria because Nigeria is out there to kill me. So I'm not a patriotic entity to another entity that is out there to kill me. I'm never going to be. No, I like myself more than that. So when guys like BDN that genuinely have that patriotism, and we are seeing it live slowly dwindle because of Nigeria.
You're going to see that light slowly fade away. And before you know it,
to
relocate to America, to relocate to this. And before you know it, those of us will become pretty much like sounding sweet. The African Wala, do you know that two of those who are today champion of let us break up this contraption and go our separate ways? Do you know the majority of them were actually pro-Nigeria a few years back? Like this were the people that you can't tell them Nigeria should break up. They will just be like, you are just stupid. Go and break it up. Go. Oh yeah. We break up, break up. Our problem is leadership. We need to most of those people today have hit that point of realization and they are like, oh more. This thing is not working. And this thing is not working. It's not because people don't want it to work, but it is never put together to work. Nigeria was put together never to work for you and me. You understand? So once you realize that, you will realize that every effort that they are pretending to be putting in place that they want to make it work. No. It is to manage it. That's why in Nigeria, they don't fix problems. They manage it. They say, we are managing poverty. We are managing insecurity. We are managing corruption. We are managing dilapidated, public sector. Managing them, they'll say, but it's trying now. We are managing electricity. They are never to fix anything. The moment you realize that, you can't check yourself and say, oh, how old am I? What do I even have left? Gone. If I leave, wait. In another 20 years, African Wala, me and you, our stubbornness, now brain go day. Physically, we can't match what we think anymore. Do you know that? And at the same time, to make it worse, we can't be this braining and sharp like we are right now. Because we are not as brainy as in our memory, right? As we were 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Now. And then what we're going to be in 20 years, we're going to get old, my man. Right? And then when you have you begin to look at it, you'll be like, oh, more. It is actually our lives that these guys are wasting away. People are not living. People are just existing, my brother. Existing.
I'm telling you.
That's not right.
Generation to generation.
It's unfortunate.
It is well, my brother. It's unfortunate. I just hope people realize where we're coming from. And thank you so much, man. Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you, man. You have a good one. Thank you. Now, here, Omoyele Sowore outside that courtroom since they didn't lock him up.
When I read her statement, she should be a doctor. The way she wrote is like writing a prescription.
I see because they say what is this panic and this right of make and forgery. This will not get sense.
If you look at what they claim is forgery, it's the same thing exactly as the original.
They said that this was panic.
But they say because they put watermark or panic, that amounts to
forgery. These guys, man.
The real charge that they are after, which is have just make count one, is the one that they went and hid as count two. They are count two. Read that you, Sowore, Omoyele, and Sowore, on and about 30th day of July 2025, within the jurisdiction of this Honorable Court, forged a police wireless message purported to be signed by the staff, principal staff officer of the Inspector General of Police, and thereby committing an offense punishable. Count 3. That you Sowore, on and about 31st of July 2025, within the jurisdiction of this Honorable Court, did intentionally post a fake police signal and other inciting materials on your Facebook page with the intention to incite members of the force and the general public to embark on a mutiny against the federal government of Nigeria and thereby committed an offense punishable under section 114 of the Penal Code. offense number 1 that you, Omoyele Sowore, and our reporters, on or about 30th of July 2023, within jurisdiction of this honorable, this conspire between yourselves to commit a felony with forgery and thereby committed an offense punishable under Section 1(2)(c) of Miscellaneous Offences Act, Cap M17, Law of the Federation of Nigeria. So this is where you see confusion. I'm not a lawyer, and we are not starting the defense yet. So these charges are 3 counts. The evidence provided has nothing to do with the charges. So when you look at the list of evidence, it says number 2, statement of nominal complainant Bukola Kuti. What is that statement? A statement has nothing to do with forgery. It has to do with the fact that an allegation was laid against her, that she's got mysteries to me, that he would like to meet with me. On 2 occasions, they suggested that if I meet with the IG, there will be peace. And I outrightly rejected any form of formal or informal meeting with the IGP.
You don't meet with oppressors.
So, and I angered the IGP, that who is Sowore to say he will not come and meet with him.
Who is the IGP?
I also want you to know that I did not reject a meeting with him because I feel that it's inconvenient. But the moment I meet with him, I would have legalized his position as a subsisting IGP of police.
Exactly.
I do not believe, and I've stated it publicly, and he has filed a charge against me before another judge in this court, that I called him an illegal IG.
It's an illegal IG.
They seized my passport based upon that. When we went before the judge 2 days ago, downstairs, to ask for my passport, he said there's no urgency in requesting for my passport. He's a vacation judge. But you can see another vacation judge. There are only 2 vacation judges in this court. They are not handling any other case but Sowore's cases. They gave short adjournments, but the judge downstairs says it's not urgent to give you your passport. But the one here says it is urgent to try you for an offense that does not even exist. I've read the charges. I don't need to tell you that they are the most foolish charges. Anybody who had designed those charges ought to be purged from the police. He should not be a lawyer. It's not worth the certificate that he got from the law school. But it doesn't matter. When you are dealing with kangaroo systems, charges will stick, whether they are written by mechanics or lawyers. That is how these systems are designed. I also want to inform people here with Sorika. This is the 4th time I've been charged by the same police force in the last 3 or 4 years. During Buhari's time, Buhari charged me for cyber crime. They had to come and withdraw it, and treason. Under this Egbetokun, this is the 3rd charge. There's another one subsisting over calling him illegal IG. There's a subsisting charge. The FCT command filed on behalf of Neduboko that we haven't even reached arraignment, and it's been existing since 2022. And I'm sure, so that you know, that they are planning another charge, because they also came here yesterday to request to have my bank accounts given to the IGP. There is no reason to give my bank accounts to the IGP, but you know, there is a Yoruba saying that the flies are feasting on the wound of a madman. When the madman starts eating the flies, nobody should say he's mad. Thank you very much.
So that was a show right there with them. Shehu Baba, are you still there?
Baba, 100%.
Baba, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Mayegun Baba, and you?
Well, I do, I do well often I leave me, I never come out. Right?
Baba, we leave you for where we good now.
Well, maybe. I can't complain as well, though. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
so,
good,
here
good.
we are. You decided to chip in today, not just your comments and all of the fight inside that place.
Absolutely, Baba.
Thank you very much.
Actually, I called your welcome, Mayegun. Mayegun, do you know that there are so many things that is happening in Nigeria? that we are not even hearing about. Maybe it's the one that social media carry that we hear.
That's right.
I heard of a story. I heard about the story of one guy. You understand me? This guy, you won't believe that this guy wasted 18 good years of his life in the prison for something that he doesn't know anything about. 18 good years. It doesn't end there. When he even came out from prison, this guy doesn't know anything again. If you just ask him, questions, for instance, if you ask him what is his name? His name, if you ask him, what is your name? He will tell you his name. After then, he don't know anything again. He cannot tell you about anything again. It was the brother that narrated this story. I watched it on one guy's Instagram page. The guy is a Port Harcourt blogger.
Right.
What happened? He said, according to the brother, said that day that the junior brother was, as in the junior brother that this thing happened to was outside. Before you know, they just came and arrested the guy.
Police.
You understand me? So police, when they arrested the guy, all of a sudden, then they didn't know that it was police that arrested him initially. All of a sudden, they didn't hear about this guy again. They started looking for the guy. They started looking for this guy. The father was, for years, they are looking for the guy. The father was even thinking, the father died because of this matter. He got IPP and he died. This guy has been in the prison, won't be court, won't share anything. He's just there.
Remand, awaiting trial.
He's just there for years. They've been looking for him, looking for this guy, they didn't see him. Mayegun since 2007. 2007 to 2025, Mayegun, 18 good years, this guy was in the prison. So it was one guy, like a foundation, they went to the prison. So someone now told them about this guy's case. So they now have interest in the guy's case. So it was this foundation now that are now solicited and, now, they solicited for this guy and they stand on his behalf.
Guys who goes to the prison of late, right? Who have been bringing out
exactly
not that young boy.
The guy is a very young guy. Yeah, he's a young boy. He's a young boy. Yes.
Put it rightly. He's the man now, right? But he was a very young person when this happened, and he was in prison for 18 years.
18 years, my
There was another boy too. There was another boy that's been in prison, I think, for like 10 years or something, right? That has been, oh my God. Like, if it's
this one that you're talking about is another case. It's another one. No, it's different from the one I'm talking about. It's different from the one I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, there are so many of such stories. But I think I remember that particular organization. But continue, Baba. Horrible story.
I now went to the comment section. You know one thing about the stories in Nigeria. If something happened there, if you want to get details, go to comment section. Comment section. That is where you see. That is how you hear different things that happen.
Follow up and everything.
The details. Do you know that on that conversation, people are saying that maybe that boy is innocent and they use him to replace somebody?
They do that too. I've shared my own story here before, Baba. Yeah, you wouldn't know anybody come here today. If what was to happen to me in Akwa Ibom, Eket, Uyo, Eket, in Akwa Ibom, what happened to me and somebody that was there, right? If they had succeeded, I would possibly have been replaced with some criminal.
My God.
So, Baba, it does so.
I remember on this night you said now make me to remember something. During Ramadan period, I cannot, maybe 2013 or 14 or thereabouts. I'm in my house front. Then I was living at Yele. I'm in Port Harcourt. I was living in Port Harcourt then.
Right.
Three guys. They are just passing, I thought that they are just ordinary people. It happens around 8 o'clock in the night. The three guys, before you know it, they just came to me. When they came to me, what happened? They brought out gun. They point one on my head and one on my heart.
What?
One gun on my head and the second one on my heart. And the third guy was just standing and watching. They put her in my pocket. They collected my BlackBerry. my BlackBerry Z10 phone, and they collected my Nokia phone, one small Nokia phone. Then again, these guys escaped. You know what I did? I just went inside my house and changed my clothes immediately. I went to LL1 police station. When I got there, police people asked me what happened. I told them everything. They now gave me one of their books to write statements, which I did. After that, you know what those police people told me?
What?
They said I should give them money to go and buy fuel to go and look for those boys.
I
left the station.
You eventually say, Baba, the money you will spend, Baba, and the wahala you are going to also encounter will make you ignore the phone and say, you know what, I'll just cut my losses. Officer, don't worry.
I'm telling you, my Baba. Okay, the last one now. Let me tell you the last one. This one, I was traveling then from Lagos to Port Harcourt.
Right.
So our vehicle now, developed the fault. Our vehicle, developed the fault on the road.
Right.
So we all highlighted, we all came down. So the driver was, and it happened in a police checkpoint too. In a police checkpoint, that was where it happened. So we now got down and we are trying to how are we going to fix this vehicle, You know what happened? The police people, they started their vehicle.
Yeah, their
These are police van. You know what they told us? They told us that we should not stay here for long, that we stay for long. Anything that happens to us, you're on your own.
Yeah.
My God, this police people drove off.
Now so, you're on your own.
They drove off. They left us in the middle of nowhere.
Officer, no go now. Officer, let me tell them they no go now. Give them this one 5,000. Make them stay here with us. They will start negotiating with you. You have to pay.
Everybody started running, including the driver, but even left his car there.
Man,
all
these things, right? Somehow, when we escape, we talk about them and we laugh until it happens again, or until
and again
falls that we don't get to come and tell the story to laugh. It's now to run a country.
Also, some people's relatives,
Okay. It's unfortunate. Right now, people need to know something again as well for the sake of this chat. Back in the days, when you live in the city and you travel home, they will have to pack food for you from the village, right? They take this with you as you are going back to the city. In the last decade, APC, Egbetokun, with their terrorism, they have made over 80% of Nigerians poorer because these Nigerians live in the rural areas. Their communities have been taken over, their farms have been destroyed. A lot of things are going on all these places, and they've rendered people poorer. Now they've pushed to the brink, Baba. Those of us who travels into those communities, we would be having a new set of terrorism to deal with, because people would want to probably feast on anyone they can feast on as they fall more into poverty. APC is a cause. Shehu Baba, I'll leave you. Okay, let's continue. Baba. You have a good one, eh?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Now talking about the APC, Egbetokun. Few days ago, their governor in Ekiti, Oyebanji, Ekiti governor that lives in Ibadan, by the way, came out gun blazing, angry, because those who got political appointment from him, they were not delivering. The government is not looking good right there in the eyes of the people. So they can't just be collecting salaries from their political appointment and not go out there to counter anybody on social media that is talking about his government. The government, I said, these old men, they took it pretty much serious, right? And they have issued their own statement. It's called press statements. From Ekiti.
We are fully aware that some individuals have been heavily mobilized and paid to launch smear campaigns against the governor, spreading lies and propaganda instead of addressing real issues. These desperate attempts to discredit his administration are not only baseless,
but also an insult to the intelligence of the good people of Ekiti State, who can see the undeniable progress on the ground. In fact, it is no secret that over 150 social media bloggers across various platforms, including some notable influencers, have been financially contracted to launch coordinated attacks on Governor Ibangi starting this week. Let it be known, we are prepared, we are waiting, and they will fail. If the people are too discerning to be misled by a rented orchestra of misinformation, the loud clamor we hear today does not come from patriotism, but from ignorance. Many of these critics have never held a single public responsibility. They lack even the most basic understanding of governance. Yet, they parade themselves as experts. Their talk of Ekiti being littered with death traps is reckless, deceptive, and insulting to the intelligence of our people. We are here to affirm the authentic progress that has redefined Ekiti under the leadership of Governor Abba Moro, and to document our collective decision to reaffirm his endorsement for a second term, granted immeasurable achievements and inclusive development. Over the past years, Ekiti State has witnessed an unprecedented renewal under the stewardship of our governor, whose visionary leadership and strong commitment to development have repositioned our dear state on the path of sustainable growth. His administration has not only kept faith with the people, but has also demonstrated through visible projects and policies that governance is about impact, integrity, and inclusivity. We are fully.
ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí ọ̀ ń ṣeré ní àbọ̀ ń ṣí èrè. ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí ọ̀ ń ṣeré ní àbọ̀ ń ṣí èrè.
Obviously, ó ṣí èrè ni. Look at that thing. In Nigeria, with peanuts, you can actually get grown men to start fooling themselves, disgracing their lineage, their families, for peanuts. And they will do it with so much energy and pride. Cost you, to costs. Yeah? It gets people. Obviously, maybe they are blind enough that anybody who says, anyone who says that the governor is not working, right, must be paid. We are not paid, though. We will defend our land, we will defend our people and the rest of that. When they defend your super, they'll say Nigeria right now, the #1 employer of labor is politics. Wherever you get, chop them. They say, may we not chop the food of our enemy. May we not eat the food of our enemy. May we not eat the food of my enemy. Baba, the problem right now is say, you are hungry. Your friend no cook. No chance. Now your enemy, they cook there now. That is what the situation is for most of these miscreants. Garbed in different clothes of shame, or being a shamelessness. So for the right price, you can find that character. You can find at least 100 of him in each state in that contraption. Let's take this. Here. Hello.
Hello, my General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. This is Jimmy calling from H-Town. This is third time caller.
That's Jimmy from, did you say H-Town?
Yes,
and that
H-Town.
Houston, is it?
Houston, yes.
Fantastic. Houston. How are you doing tonight, today, Jimmy?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. Oh my God.
So
I just have it.
Lunchtime.
Yes. So this is my first time calling during brunch time.
Really,
so
Baba?
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah. So I'm starting to get into this brunch time thing. It's good. I like it.
Like you wake up in the morning, you are hearing that Mayegun's voice in the background, and you are busy getting yourselves ready and all of that. And if you are driving to the office, it can also be in the background. Somehow, it can be blended into the morning for those who are in the morning. Then noon, Everybody can blend it, right? Jimmy.
Yeah, one quick thing, my wife was making fun of me this morning. Man.
Right.
She said, how many times a day do you listen to this guy? Is this guy's on in the morning again too? I was like, yeah, he's the morning. Yeah, he's there in the morning, he's there in the afternoon, in the evening, he's there. So, but one real quick, one contribution I want to add to this. I see everybody talking. Yes. Me personally, I don't really think that there's going to be an election in 2027. Because and I know everybody else is saying pulling this. I don't think it's going to be an election because this guy is going to pull everything down if he doesn't get his way. So this is already, and I'm having a feeling that this is when he'll probably want to split up the country and say, okay, you know what? If the worst gets to the worst, let's just go ahead and split it up. And that's just me. That's what I'm thinking because I just think that if anything is going to start, it's going to start from the north.
Have you been so invested in trying to understand his ways, right? Because it's like some people are saying the way he's moving like maybe the country is probably going to break up at the end of the day anyway, right?
Yes.
If that's going to happen,
yes.
He's going to be on the southern ball. Are you seeing that too, Baba?
Yeah, I'm saying that too because I'm thinking the way these guys are looting, they're looting like there's no tomorrow.
Exactly.
So they know something that we don't know. And let's be realistic about it. They know something we don't know because they know, like, look, this 2027 might be a charade for everybody, but it might be a charade for us too. But let's see who laughs last. By then, we would have packed all the money that we need to pack, would have invested and done everything that we need to do. So if everything breaks up, everybody's on their own. And I'm thinking he's advising everybody, like, look, chop everything you need to chop now, because I don't know what's going to happen at 2027.
Have you been seeing it too? Like, most of these things doesn't really make any sense. Because sometimes you feel like, what are they doing with all this money? Like, what do they want to use this money for? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense now because if you are, look at
Wike.
Spain, a place that he's not even guaranteed that he might even come to. You know, so who's to say that he's going to have access to?
It's like concluded.
Yes, so I think they know something that we don't know. Like, look, and I think he's having a roundtable meeting. Like, look, I don't know what's going to happen after 22. I'm going to fight as much as it to stop, but there should be a plan B, and this is the plan B. If the plan B doesn't work, if the plan A doesn't work, this is going to be plan B. We'll just split everything and nobody gets anything. That's just my feeling, is because the way he's moving, like you said, is in a way that I'm untouchable and nothing is going to happen.
End soon. And
yes, they know that something is going to happen.
Life, They say it is information that actually makes you fly, so to say. So information is life.
Yes.
Somebody is doing insider trading by saying, "Oh, Jimmy, do you have any spare $20,000? So shares is going to go up, right? Right now you can still buy it for $100 per share, right? Go and buy 20,000. If you can do that, right, by December this year, you'll be cashing out over $2 million. And you're like, really? Insider trading? And then you quickly just go on and sell. If you have to sell or take a small loan and everything, you put it inside. And suddenly from $10,000 or $20,000 investment, you are now a multimillionaire. Because the way Tifnubu and his gang are moving, they are going everywhere pretending to be representing Nigeria, while in the process, right, it was just like sharing some of these so-called deals, right? They are sharing them like lollipops. Most of his guys are the ones who are actually like taking them in the name of Nigeria, right? His ministers, his other personal stuff, they are just there to give it official kind of follow in that sense. So something must be amiss, or maybe it's a false flag too.
Well, it could be a false flag, my good point.
When they already conquered everybody, so waiting on I want to, you can't do anything.
Yeah, that's just the thing, and I think that I you know, like I've been following you, right? And you said about the obedience, like, hey, you know, we never know what's going to happen, or like these guys they'll just be exactly. That's exactly what you said. I'm putting my money on them and stuff on there. I think down the line, these guys are not going to sit down sleeping. Or they're not going to sit down sleeping. I don't really think these guys are going to sleep. They're not going to sit down sleeping. Or they're not.
You see, we
they're
already
not
started paying attention to their voters registration. Are you seeing what I am seeing too yet?
Yes.
So they already, it's like their 2027 rigging is probably going to be so different from what anybody has seen before. People may be preparing for their touts, for their thugs to come and hijack this, and their plan may actually be totally different from that. Scientific loot,
totally different.
Scientific rigging. When you have fake polling units. But when I was in Nigeria, right, and I was the PDP youth leader for Ward 4 in Odogbolu local government area, my hometown, right? So that few months I spent with them before I left Nigeria, I got to kind of like see enough, Baba. I realized that INEC in Nigeria, they are so corrupt, Baba, that you see all those polling units they claim to have in Nigeria. I can tell you, free of charge, 1/3 of them, they don't exist. They are fake polling units. But guess what? They are existing in the voters register. So if you have a polling unit here, for example, now, let's say all of you registered in this polling unit, you are 1,500. I promise you that you see that particular polling, or let's say all of you in this political ward, which will comprise about different polling units, okay? Let's say everybody who registered to vote in this ward, all of them are 5,000, right? By the time you begin to scrutinize it, you realize that out of that 5,000, only 2,500 or 2,600 are real people. And if the entire polling unit in this area, for example, they are like 10 on this ward, like 20, for example, let's say 20. In the process, you will see it on paper or 20 polling unit. But you know something, out of the 20 polling unit that you 5 of them may completely be fake polling units. And because they're the ones who count elections, who conduct elections, why the rest of you are voting here, doing all of that? We have one polling unit, this or that. At the end of the last minute, INEC will bring in the numbers, already printed ballot and everything, right? They will bring it from all these fake units and they will allocate figures to them. By the time you start collating, you just realize that, they defeated us by 51. You know, they're too much. It won't be too much. All they needed to do is just to cancel that your 2,000 votes here with another 2,005. So they will do it. It's so much that across the entire 176,000 polling unit they have in Nigeria, you know, that's how much they have. Bros, I promise you the original polling unit they have in Nigeria is not up to 100,000. The remaining 76,000, they were created by INEC for different politicians over the years. Let them go and do scientific scrutiny of their voters register. You realize that they don't even have up to 20 million voters in Nigeria. And I'm not going to exaggerate here. But it is so fraudulent, it is so deeply faulty that INEC has perfected continuous usage of it. Because most of these political parties are guilty, they won't want it checked, per se. So the whole mess makes mockery. But if the obedient who are now gathering experience, hoping that somehow they will pull it off this time. If that faith is strong enough that they pull the number, do all of their own data collection and everything, and they see that they could win with that spirit and the message. That's why I said if they're not going to such election, they can't change them. Call it trigger and go on now. That's why I'm putting my money on.
It's going to it's going to trigger. Yeah, it's going to trigger something.
Because know they waste your time. Nothing will happen. Okay.
You have to look at it from a different perspective. The suffering in Nigeria is extremely high right now. People are suffering. People are suffering. Okay. So you put that into effect, and that is anger. Person will never chop. They is always angry. So you put that into effect. Then
you can control angry people in their
you can't control angry people now. So,
well,
I mean, look at all these other countries that these things have happened to. This is how people came out, and it's just one small thing, a small spark.
Exactly.
One small spark thing, and I've always told my friends that I said, look, I've always predicted that if any, because I schooled in the north,
right.
Okay, I schooled in Sokoto, right, and I feel like if anything is going to start, really, if this thing is really going to start, it's going to start from the north,
especially,
and it will spread. And once it starts in the north, so that nobody can talk to them, to all their sheikhs, imams, everybody talks to them, and they no agree.
Mm-hmm.
That thing will continue spreading out. I will continue spreading around, and nobody can stop that once it starts in the north. You know. So, but I'll let somebody else call in. Thank you so much, man.
Jimmy,
you're doing a great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for calling in. Okay, and say me well to the missus.
All right.
Tell her I say hello.
Thank you so much.
Bless you.
All right.
Yes, sir. So that's Jimmy from Houston. So our time is already kind of like wrapping up and all that. But let's see if we can manage the next 10 minutes with two people.
Hello, how you going?
Yes, sir. Baba?
It's been a long time.
I know. How your
How's family? How's your family?
Oh, well, we are very well, Baba. Thank you for asking. And yours?
I'm just good, bro. Ìdájọ́ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Judgment. Judgment. Judgment.
Say, Baba, sorry, I'm actually like cutting you off. I heard that of Idajo and from
Judgment for Italy.
From Italo, Baba. Thank you very much.
ID. Idajo 247.
Baba.
I always listen to you. You listen sometimes. I just secret listen, you know.
The silent watchers.
Yes.
Observing from far.
This time around, yeah, we are on holiday. That's why I can now call this time around. You know. Mayogun, I work with to something boring me since almost a month now. And one man just called now. He said the way maybe Tinubu and Co APC, they know what we don't know. And the way things going, the way they are doing their thing, and really, what I'm wrong to say that please, all the obedient that we are all the obedient that they are in this Mayegun. You know, we have them here too.
Here, right? Go over.
We are here there too. All the obedient and the people that they like this man too. Omoyele, they are all in Mayegun diary.
Yes, they are.
Please, I don't know if all of them, anyone that's close to Omoyele or close to obedient, what you call it, Obi. Why these two people have to come together? If they really fight the same thing for Nigeria, in case of they find the same thing for all the Nigeria, but they want Nigeria to become a great.
Like if you
why
all
this?
Have the same common enemy, and you also find better Nigeria. Why
exactly. Why got to come together to fight this battle? And then at the end of the day, when they know that they're rigged there, and I trust when they come together, that there is power in unity. When they come together, and the other day, maybe everything is going to break up because entomaku. So because you cannot continue the way Nigeria is going now. I mean, I'm 50-something years, 52 years now, very soon. You know, I always tell my children here, Nigeria is not like that. Nigeria is not like that before. We can travel from state to state. Me, when I was in Nigeria, I liked night travel.
Like all this night travel.
But now, nobody can do that again in that country. Everywhere. The way I saw this country now, only place that is safe, a little bit, is only Lagos. See what happens in my state, in Kwara State now. So I don't know if you they are fighting for Nigeria to Why they come? Why they don't come together? All of them, both Obi and Omoyele, come together. Because all these fires, all these they go to ABC or court and they come together. They're not fake now.
You know,
everybody know that.
It is easier for these guys to come together and agree, and at the same time to plunge Nigeria into further abyss. But those who want to rescue or kind of save us from them are divided. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope they hear. A lot of people have put out before, and it seems to say it is not going to happen. But maybe we should never say never. About?
Yeah. Because the way that what do you call it, Kolu, the way they are going, I think they have something we don't really understand. We don't know, because the way I saw them 2037, either they get what they want or they don't get what they want.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So our time is up now, and I am going to keep the rest for the evening. I was going to take you to Brazil, where Tifnumbu had meetings with Nigerians, and he met with them. Funny enough, right? Half of those he said he met in Brazil, half of them were those who left Nigeria with him. Similarly, when he said he was meeting Nigerians in Japan, Yokohama, half of the room, or should I say 2/3 of the room, were those who left Nigeria with a Kolu. The icing here is that, among other things, also they signed what they call the Basa agreement, whereby you can now fly from Nigeria to Brazil. And I think last night, Airpeace launched its own maiden flight from Brasilia to Abuja. So our time is up. And thanks to every one of you who turned up as usual. I hope you turn up later this evening too. I'll try to be there and see you later this night or evening. Enjoy the rest of your morning or afternoon. I'll see you later.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari ayé bí nàmbà wá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.